What's up, banana bunch? Bunch? Bunch?
Welcome to the Jungle Gyms podcast. What's up, Banana Bunch? You know what time it is. It's time for another episode of the Jungle Gyms podcast. I'm your host, Mark. Welcome to the show. This week, we're doing some more new in the jungle action, so I'll be introducing you to the fine folks of Holston's Baking Company soon. Exciting. They're really great. We recently brought them into the bakery. Highly recommend you try out their cheesecakes. And you know what? I'll throw this out there, too. I've actually since been to their location, and you'll hear Josh and Amy talk about it on the actual interview itself, but I can confirm everything that they said about the way their processes go and the way they bake things and the products they use are incredibly accurate, and you'll be able to taste the difference too. So come into the store, try that out. It'll be great. In the meantime, I've got another episode coming up next week. I wanted to throw a little plug their way as Lucky and I have been a little sick here the last week, so I'm shuffling my content around a little bit. So you will soon meet Jimmy from Long Bottom Bird Ranch. He calls them a bird retirement community. To me, it sounds like I might call it a bird rescue, but it's a really cool organization. You'll meet Huck the Duck, who is actually in the studio for the interview, all that good stuff. You can follow him on Instagram at Long Bottom Bird Ranch, and he's got an event coming up on the 17th of December, 2022 at Rheingeist. It sounds like a lot of fun. You can check out his socials for more details on that, and you could maybe even meet some of the ducks in person if you were not one of those fun people that got to meet them when Jimmy was in the store with Huck the other day. Huck was great. We learned a lot about duck culture, but that's not what this week's episode is about. It's about new things in the jungle. So as I mentioned, no further ado needed. Meet Josh and Amy of Holston's Baking Company, now available at Jungle Gyms. It's time to get baked. Oh, that's the first time I've used that euphemism on the show. Welcome to the show, Holston's Baking Company, Amy and Josh.
Thank you.
You guys want to tell me a little bit about the brand? Lead the way.
Sure, absolutely. So we are a veteran-owned female company. We started in our home in December of 2020. We started our brick and mortar in August of 2021, and we currently have 7,600 followers on our Facebook page.
Oh, cool.
And we are more than happy and excited to be a part of the Jungle Gyms franchise.
Oh, well, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it.
Our
Obviously,
pleasure.
We got some fun treats on there. I'll get some close-up shots once we're all done.
Sure.
To actually show them off here. I may stick my fork in them beforehand. That tends to be a problem on the show, if you can imagine. You bring me delicious things, and that's where we'll go here. So, okay, so we're new to the game, and obviously this is a quick turnaround of getting in the store and going brick and mortar. What was what started this? What did you guys where were you before you were baking stuff?
So, yeah.
Before I was baking, I was a competitive bodybuilder.
That's amazing.
I went complete 180.
I love it though.
Yeah.
Are you still keeping up with that at all, or is this kind of?
I hit the gym when I can. Maybe next year. We'll see. We'll see.
No, that's cool. There's been a weird. It's not weird in a bad way. It's been a weird trend of having this. You're now my second person that's been in that space. That's been on the show the last few months. So
that is funny. So I think the reason that we went this direction is because when we have our treat meals, because we don't eat bad every day. When we do eat bad and I want that good dessert, there was never really anything around.
It was ice cream or nothing.
Yes. So we would always be going to Grater's. You can only eat so much ice cream. You want something different. And I'm a pie person. I love pies.
Oh, yeah.
Where are you going to go to get a pie?
I don't even know where I'd get a pie outside of the bakery at the grocery store right now. Or
Absolutely.
maybe.
Even then, it could be frozen or chock full of preservatives. One way or the other, you're not getting that quality ingredient.
Exactly.
Product.
Yeah.
So that's the premise of what we do. So we are a scratch-made dessert company.
I love it. Do you have any favorites? So let's just start by talking with what we've got here today.
Cheesecake has my heart.
Okay, so we'll start there. Tell me about your cheesecake, Amy.
I love cheesecake. So
Me too.
funny story. When we were pregnant with our first daughter, I actually gained 70 pounds on cheesecake.
That's impressive.
Literally, cheesecake has my heart.
I think I'm going to, yeah, exactly. It has mine clogged, so that's what I'm very excited about.
And we're more of a French style cheesecake than a New York style.
Yes.
We like that soft, creamy texture, which you'll notice when you go to eat it.
Cool.
It's got a completely different mouthfeel than a New York style. It doesn't have that gritty palate feel that you'll get sometimes with a New York
not
cake.
dry.
Awesome. I was going to ask you, and then this is maybe this is me being an idiot, but I feel like so frequently it's either just labeled as cheesecake or New York style.
That is
Have you guys
correct.
seen it? Okay, cool. So you get a much more pleasing sounding texture.
Much, yes. And where are we at? 5 ingredients in our cheesecakes?
Well, not including the crust, there's 4.
So there you go.
That's impressive.
Very limited ingredients.
Yeah, I love that, though. That's a beauty. Well, we were talking a little bit off air, Josh, and we should just dive into this here right now, that there's been this thing in the American diet, maybe in the global diet, realistically, over the last few years, where it's just been, well, we're seeing a shift, I think, in a positive way. But for a long time, there were so many preservatives and all this just unnecessary crap that was getting shoved into everything that we were eating. And then, we were kind of anecdotally saying, you're like, maybe that's why cancer's up. Maybe it's why all these things are problematic. Maybe that's a large part of the obesity issue. You said it really well. You were like, we're eating the same 2,000 calorie diet still, but what's changed besides maybe the food quality?
And that's it. You look at one of the ingredients, and I won't name the soda that does it, but brominated vegetable oil is a fire retardant, and it's used as a very prominent soda uses it to make the soda look murky. That's the whole lure of it, but it's banned in every other country but America.
Why do you think that those kinds of things, do you think it was just like a cost-saving measure ultimately is why it became so widespread?
Yes, because
Originally.
Think about it. When you automate something and it has to sit on the store shelves, you have to put something in it to let it sit there. Nothing in our bakery sits.
Yeah, keep it moving. That's because I'll be eating all of it.
Well, and we're very big about small batch, okay? Yeah. The biggest mixer we have in our bakery is a 20-quart mixer. We make nothing in larger than a 20-quart batch. Not to throw out another company out there, but Grater's, for example, they still make their ice cream in a 2.5-gallon batch because they're trying to make sure that quality is what it is. Absolutely. When you scale things up incredibly large for factory productions and things like that, other items are needed to lube the machines. A lot of people don't know that.
That's a great point. Yeah, something I would have never thought of.
And we stay out of that realm. We our things cost what they do because there's a person that's putting their love behind it. There's not a machine just crunch and pounding it out.
Yeah, but that's what we want, right? Is that we want.
I agree.
Kind of like I think I speak for myself. I definitely speak for myself. I was like, I think I do. I was like, I'll get back. I have a whole council of people I meet with. No, but I speak for myself. But I think I speak for a lot of people when I say that I think at a grand scale are starting to crave that kind of quality across the board.
I agree.
I joke that's my post-COVID takeaway is that I'm like high quality foods. And, if this is the apocalypse, I'm eating real nice during
Facts.
it,
Absolutely.
Well, and we bring a little bit of nostalgia to it too. Like all of our cookies, they aren't the big giant cookies. It's not bigger, badder, better.
Yeah.
It's what did grandma make?
Right.
So
Yeah, we're not
there's a little
making
bit of
biscuit
that home
cookies.
feel
We're
to
making
it.
Biscuit cookies. That's good.
Yeah.
No, I know you. It's such a beautiful way to describe it too, because that's totally what's happening. Talk to me about the product line in general. So, like, I know we talked a little bit about the cheesecake here. Is this a new product, right?
That's edible cookie dough.
Amazing.
We've been doing that for
Dreams can
probably
come true.
about 8 months, maybe 10 months.
Well, I mean, I've been making it for years, but in the bakery,
Granted, in the bakery,
itself,
yeah.
Officially. Now.
Officially.
Yeah.
So we every day when you walk in our store, you will find at a minimum usually 5 different types of cookies. We make those fresh every morning. You will find 4 or 5 different types of cupcakes. We make those every day. Then you're going to find cheesecakes. Then you're going to find Buckeyes and bourbon balls, which I brought you some of those as well.
Those. Yeah, absolutely.
We'll keep it a secret what peanut butter we use, but we're very partial to the peanut butter we use in that product.
Buckeyes.
Cool. What's
Yeah.
that?
Because I love the Buckeyes.
Oh, okay.
I love everything we put out. That's part of what helps our quality stay what it is.
And we don't carry these here currently, right? The
You
Buckeyes
do
bourbon-
not.
No.
Okay,
I
cool.
dropped those off today for sampling processes.
I'm going to go ahead. Now that you kind of like, there's a bit of a challenge with like what peanut butter is it? I'm going to try that in the meantime.
And I'm very picky about the ingredients that I put into our goods.
Not overly dry, still creamy.
Very creamy. The chocolate is really rich and perfect with it.
Yep,
You got a lot of textures happening too, which I like.
correct. And we do not cut our chocolate like a lot of companies will do, where they'll put a lot of oils and things of that nature.
Yeah.
No.
It's just you're eating like chocolate flavored wax,
Yes,
Yeah.
I don't use wax melts for anything.
Good.
And
That's delicious.
Thank you.
I want to
Wait
figure
till-
out what peanut butter that is.
wait till you try the bourbon ball.
Oh, yeah.
But we're very picky. One of the main mission statements for us was don't cut corners.
Right.
One of the other big mission statements for us was no matter how big we get, we started with certain ingredients. We're going to keep those same ingredients. We're still using the same peanut butter, the same chocolate morsels, the same everything that we started with, and we will not deviate. It's what makes us who we are. So
Yeah.
why would you change it?
That makes sense, and that makes sense as to why you'd be such an appealing addition here to the Jungle Jim's Bakery, too, where, again, I think that's sort of the thing that we're seeing on a grand scale. And, of course, as I say to everybody, Jungle Jim's like the front lines of food, just
But it
tech.
is.
But whatever,
Absolutely.
but, like, we're always, I didn't realize it until I was here, because I'd always orbited the food space. But now that I'm here, I'm like, oh, wow, we really are trying to find, like, unique individually owned businesses like yourselves to bring them in and be like, hi, can we help spread your love a little further, right?
Well, and that goes back to how he started his own business, from jumping 5 parking lots and everything else that it took to even get started.
Right.
But that's a man that has moxie and chasing his dream. And I think he appreciates that. And he looks for that in his people that he helps as well.
It's so cool. Jungle's such an interesting character in that regard because it's such an accurate read on him. And he really, I think he likes to find other people that share that passion. So I think that goes from employees like myself, right? I call myself one of the many passionate weirdos here in the building. But he finds people like that. He finds brands like that. We had a great thing where he talked with the Ohio Liquor Agency about that, where he's just like, no, I like that this is a place where he's like, yeah, I could probably make more money if I did it the way other big box retailers do. He's like, but I like that people come here specifically because they're like, oh, I may have wanted this one thing, but also, have you tried Holston's Bakery cheesecake yet? You know what I mean? Baking company, excuse me, I messed up the branding. But have you tried that yet? Oh, cool. Well, we're the only store outside of their own that has it in town, And
it is a draw. We will post like one of the cheesecakes she made, and I apologize, she didn't have one for you to try. They all sold out.
That's great. Problem
she made a goat cheese and honey cheesecake.
Dude, I want a goat cheese and honey kick.
I'm on that. But when we're done, let's talk about a little order of that. Is that so? I should maybe ask this real quick before I go too far. What do we actually carry of yours in the store currently?
So at the moment, you carry a lot of the peanut butter cup, the cookies and cream. You carry a lot of the banana pudding.
Oh, I didn't even know about that.
Turtle.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
frosted animal cookie.
Frosted animal cookie. That was another big one.
Wow.
I really should have.
And these are all cheesecakes, right?
They are.
Yeah,
I really should have
yes.
just raided the bakery and brought you different stuff.
I might do it when we're done. To be honest with you, I was like banana pudding right up my alley.
Yeah. They actually said
Got a little twinkle in my eye. If you couldn't tell.
Yeah, they said, and we do a peanut butter cup one, like I said as well. They said peanut butter cup, banana pudding, and frosted animal cookie are by far our top 3 sellers.
Sure,
those are the ones that we bring a lot to for the store. But we also do, one of the other big things, right? And to each their own, right? Everybody can run their business however they want to.
Sure.
You can literally get on some of these supplier websites and you can buy fruit puree or fruit filling or whatever you want to put on your stuff. We make everything from scratch, including our fillings. So if we serve you a strawberry cheesecake that we make, we made that filling. Same with the cherry, the blackberry, the raspberry.
The crust.
We buy our key limes exclusively from Jungles, by the way, when we make our key lime pies and key lime cheesecakes. That's how that's how we kind of ended up in the store.
That's cool. Yeah, I was gonna. So, well, that answers one of my next questions, which is that. So, and I'm assuming you had probably a similar. The funny through line I keep reading with a lot of the businesses I've talked with recently that are in here now is that it's always like, yeah, we were shopping, and then I just stopped in and was like, do you guys have room for more of the? You know what I mean? And it seems like that easy. So I'm putting that out there. Just find the department manager and try shoot your shot, as the kids are saying.
I agree 100%. And it's there's nothing there's more than enough business for everybody. There's more than enough room from everybody. And if there's one thing I've learned from watching the story of Jungle, if there isn't enough room, he'll make room.
Right. Yeah. As we're in the midst of another expansion and we're sitting in one of the more recent ones.
Exactly.
Still crazy to me that we're here. It's like, oh, what a nice.
It's a beautiful studio.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's so cool. So we're getting near holiday season times. Are there any seasonal themed treats that I should be aware of or maybe excited about?
So there is a pumpkin cheesecake that's currently in the case over there. That is another one that we do that sells really well here as well. We will be doing, we've already put out our orders for Thanksgiving.
Cool.
So we do we do a pumpkin pie, and I don't remember everything you put on that list. I apologize. I have to open my phone and read it.
You're welcome to do that.
But
no judgment. I'll vamp while you pull it up.
But yeah, we offer a lot of really good things. Funny enough, we started here with pies was the thought process.
Yeah.
And then we brought a cheesecake, and she was like, okay, I not only want your pies, but I want your cheesecakes, and I want this, and I want that. We're doing cake pops currently here as well.
Oh, cool.
Which I believe we're the only current supplier for that, so that's fantastic.
Here for it. Love a good cake pop, too.
And it's just been one of those wonderful things where it's just been a fantastic experience here so far.
So, Amy, talk to me about some of your pies that you're offering and been working on. What kind of flavors could I expect and get excited about, too?
Well, right now, cheesecakes have kind of overtaken everything.
Okay.
But for Thanksgiving, we are offering apple pie, pecan pie, pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie. I mean, just any pie that you want.
And then a chocolate silk and a cherry cheesecake, which, by the way, that's a cheesecake layer in the bottom of the pie and then our cherry filling on top of it.
Oh.
Dude, it's amazing. Because I kept making cherry pies and then original cheesecakes. And every time I would do that, I would mix them together.
I get it.
You know, you
Yeah.
get a piece of cheesecake and a piece of pie, and I'm like, why aren't I just
Dreams
just
come
put this
true.
together?
Right. Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Yeah, that sounds
Like,
incredible.
It is.
Oh my gosh.
Well, a lot of times when you have something like that, people are using a no-bake cheesecake. I'm baking the cheesecake and then baking my cherry pie filling on top of it.
That's brilliant. Oh my gosh, that sounds so just decadent.
It is.
Once again,
It's
goes
to
back
die
to us
for.
not cutting corners.
Yeah.
You know, a no-bake cheesecake to me is cheating. Your cheesecake's supposed to be baked.
Right.
Otherwise, you're eating pudding.
Ooh, I love it. No, that's okay. And you know what?
Fired.
Yeah, no. Let's shoot a few of them. I have a panelist chef in town, and maybe you guys could jump in on a funny debate between me and some of my friends. Would we consider pie a wet cake?
No, absolutely not.
I love it.
No.
Yeah, I'm with her.
Okay.
Because there's no crust is a crust. It's not. You know, and there's no crust in
No.
cake, so I do not consider that a
that's
wet cake.
that's a great point on that. You know what's funny is I think this might be the first time that's been brought up in the argument. Oh, I'm excited to share that with them. Christian, you better watch this one. So, I know you mentioned the brick and mortar store. Where are you all located? If you guys wanted to try, if anybody wanted to come out and try something different than what we've got currently in here at
Yeah,
Jungle.
we're in Milford.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
Yeah, Miami
easier to
Township.
say Miami Township because
Okay.
if you put in our address but you don't put Business 28 or you don't use OH 28, it'll actually take you to Old Milford, downtown
okay.
Milford.
Right.
So we're just up the road from Scene 75.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah, so we're on that business strip there.
Sure.
One of the other kind of things, kind of to touch on something earlier, you said about our business model.
Yeah.
We don't open until 11 a.m. We stay open until 8 p.m.
Oh, that's a good idea too. And again, I know you guys talked a bunch about that at the beginning, that you were struggling to find that, but that is really, I think about that all the time, that there should almost be like a whole society for the second shift life, as it were, where you're like, yeah, I would like to get some of these things after 5 p.m. What's the deal with that?
Well, think about it. What time do you go to dinner?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
6, 7, maybe, and it's like,
And then you're full, and
Right.
you don't want to eat there, and then you're driving home, and you're like,
And
I
as we
should've got
said,
dessert.
the only option was ice cream.
Yeah.
And we were like, no, we want to do something
I
different.
wonder why societally we decided you're like, ice cream can be open till 10 o'clock, 11
Right?
o'clock, but nothing like, oh, you want a brownie? Too bad, go home.
I should have brought you a brownie.
That would have
Oh.
been good.
Oh my gosh.
Well, hopefully this is
think-
not the end of our
I
friendship.
think I've gained 10 pounds on brownies. Dude.
I mean, personally-
They're so good.
I'm ready to do it too. Listen, I've been trying to. I've been 2 weeks into my new little plan, but I'm willing to break for the right product.
Well, just let us know when your cheat meal is, and that's when we'll meet you.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do the next one in the store. You can come visit. I can get you,
Just
get you
sample
all
it all.
kinds of
That
stuff.
actually would be a fun time. Yeah. Well, and I was thinking maybe in the future, maybe we could like make something together on the show, or if you
Would love
be
to.
into that. Yeah, I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, we make, as I said, we make everything from scratch. Okay, now don't get me wrong. I don't make the Oreos that we use. I don't make the Toll House morsels that we use, or any of that other stuff, or the chocolate chips or what have you. But I mean, at the end of the day, the main point is to make as much in-house
As
that we have touched as possible.
Yeah, I love it.
We do chocolate dip pretzels. Okay, I didn't make the pretzels, okay?
You did it.
But I mean, other than that,
Can you imagine adding that to the lineup?
No.
too? I don't
No.
even
No
want to.
time.
Yeah, no.
Please
no
no.
time.
Yeah, it's like already, I'm sure, incredibly stressful. Oh,
But
Well,
it's fun.
yeah, it's like rewarding stress.
It is. And to go back to your point about other businesses not being open that late, I think it comes down to baking things and making sure that they're done and that they're ready. And, we do it every day. Not everybody does that, I'm
Right.
sure. So, we get up in the morning. We start our day at 5:30 every morning. We get into the bakery by 7 a.m. and our cases are open by 11 o'clock.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then we're closed Monday and Tuesday. So if you're ever curious, no, nothing's left over. I mean, what would there be, after 2 days of being closed?
Yeah, nothing.
And then we do donate all of our unsolds to Kingdom Warriors.
That's amazing. Tell me a little bit about them.
So they're a nonprofit. They help the homeless. My understanding is we're the only people giving the homeless people dessert.
Oh, that's really cool.
At least that's what they tell us. They said, they get lots of donations, but nobody ever donates dessert.
For whatever reason, people still get stuck on donating what are considered luxury items, I feel like. So it's like, no, that's really good of you guys. I really appreciate that.
Well, like I told her, we don't know when they get them or when they get, but if you're in that scenario, you don't care if it's a 2-day-old cookie, a 3-day-old cookie, as long as it's not bad, it's something special to you that you normally wouldn't get. I also understand a lot of our stuff end up at AA meetings and NA meetings.
Oh, good.
So
Yeah, different local churches.
Yeah, different.
That's amazing.
They'll also funnel
Yeah, I
those
had
to
no
other
idea.
churches. Yeah,
That's
we had
so
no
cool.
idea.
Yeah.
And my understanding is, from what I've been told from other people in recovery that I know,
Yeah.
they said that sugar is a big thing for people in recovery because they still crave something.
Sure.
And that helps fill that need. So it's
Yeah.
great that we're giving back to the community in that aspect.
Yeah, I love that so much. It's really cool of you guys. What a cool business. I'm so glad you're here in the jungle.
Well, we're happy to be here.
Okay, so I know I was threatening before. Let me just show the camera some stuff real fast.
Yeah, you go right ahead.
I want the cameras to see this. Look at this. This is the that is not lit well. Let me just zoom in on this in post. So we've got which flavor cheesecake was this?
This is the Little Debbie Christmas tree cake cheesecake.
Oh, Jake, baby, you were just in here yesterday. You missed out. All right, let's start there. I'll go. We got the. Thank you so much. I'm hoping. Here we go. I'm hoping that.
And that edible cookie dough is obviously egg-free. So anybody with an egg allergy.
Cool. Okay, as we wrap up, I should try this stuff in front of you, right?
Well, we'd
Only
love to
'cause
hear
I
your
super
honest
enjoy it.
critique.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Only if I'm honest. Yeah. I was gonna say, as you might be able to tell, I haven't met too many desserts I didn't enjoy. What do you think I should? I know I tried the amazing Buckeye. Where should I go next? What would you like?
I
to
think
go?
you should hit the cheesecake.
Okay,
next.
let's
I
go
think that's a
cheesecake.
definite must.
All right, let's go for it. So we're going in here. The Christmas tree cake, cheesecake. Gosh, it looks so good. Oh, I can already tell the texture difference that you mentioned too.
Yes.
It's softer. It's not as dense. It's not dry.
Oh, it's not dry at all. It's
No, it's
very,
not.
very good.
That's my cheesecake.
And we make that buttercream in-house too, by the way.
Oh, you can tell. It's that weird, it's hard to explain to people when you're like, because we use this expression, like we make it with love.
Yes.
But there is something to that. I wish I could figure out how to say it best. But I mean, you really can tell that like, this is a product that somebody made with their hands that they cared about making, right? Like there's clearly, it's like the attention to details there. I'm taking another bite. I'm sorry. I'm
No, by all means.
disgusting glutton. Paid subscribers only. This is awesome.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Now I'm just thinking about the banana pudding one. So I should, full disclosure, I've never actually eaten one of those Christmas tree cakes ever.
Oh, nice.
So that's been like a running joke this week in my personal life. And now I'm like, oh, this is a good way to try it. Is actually
Yeah, absolutely.
the describing the texture too. What a brilliant change. Because I've never had a cheesecake that was like, it's still firm.
Yes.
It's still a cheesecake,
Yes.
but you have that really smooth, creamy mouthfeel. It's like, I don't really know. It's like you paused cake in time
Right.
and are eating it, That's amazing.
It is a different cheesecake altogether.
I will eat that whole thing unchecked, so let's not do that to me today. I'm like 2 weeks, no sugar. I'm like, yeah, whatever, let's start here.
Oh, a little bit of sugar never hurt nobody.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Hey, going back to you on your journey, you're allowed one cheat meal a week.
That's true. Yeah. The problem is I spent like 30 years of cheat meals. So I'm kind of like, I got a little extra going on here. This is another one of those things. So you call this edible cookie dough. Well, tell that to all the other cookie dough.
Right. Yeah.
But you mentioned this is egg-free, though.
That
I'm
is
assuming.
correct.
Yes.
Yes.
So no gambling. This is not Russian roulette
That
cookie
is-
dough.
Right.
No chance of any salmonella there. And we actually frost cupcakes with that too.
Oh, that would be awesome. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's amazing, too. I like that you guys just brought me a bunch of stuff that if I were alone and there weren't windows, it would be gone in like seconds.
Well, believe me, we spent a good time. How many oatmeal cookies did you eat that one day?
Don't call me out like that. Wow.
That would be me.
That was
though.
rude.
That's why
That was
this
rude.
is my first official job in food, right? Because
Yeah.
like I knew otherwise, I'm like, if I worked in a restaurant or a bakery or anything like that, I'd spend my whole life just be like, ooh, that one's a little deformed, better take care of the problem.
That's what I do.
Yeah.
I call it quality checking.
Yeah, of course.
I got a quality check every batch. So
This is great.
Great mouthfeel. It's
Yeah.
not wet.
Same thing. It's that perfect balance between being like soft and creamy and not gritty, which is so. And some of the other edible cookie doughs I've tried in the past
Very
get
great.
a little gritty. Yeah, and I'm guessing
Feel like
it's
you're
like
chewing sand.
right. It's delicious sand, but I spent enough time around the beach. I get it. I'm done. Oh, that's awesome. Oh my gosh, you guys are killing me today. This is killer.
All right, you only got the bourbon ball
Let's
left.
go.
might
Yeah, I
as
mean,
well.
you're in.
The real trick here is just that I'm pretending to not do this on camera. I'm like, oh yeah, only a bite.
Don't you go dying on us.
No promises.
Those are not kid friendly.
Wow. I think you solved my bourbon ball conundrum. I'm not a big bourbon guy.
Me either.
This will
So-
be really good to hear then.
Yeah, no. And so the thing is, my beef with bourbon, there's a few ingredients in life that I feel like there's such a thin line between using them and then them being the point of the whole thing.
Correct.
Green peppers is one of them.
Ooh, I'm with you there.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like I like a green pepper, but not
It can be
really.
overpowering.
Right. It's like it's like that, like a few, like a half
Yes.
of a gram could be enough to throw the balance, right?
Correct. And then all you taste is green bell pepper.
Exactly.
I'm right there with you.
Yeah, and so bourbon's one of those things for me too, where it's like such a potent, intense flavor, and it can definitely be overpowering. I get the bourbon flavor in here, and a little of that, like not the alcohol burn, but like I'm aware there's a little bit in there.
Yeah.
But again, texture, creamy, delicious. Every bourbon ball I've ever had is kind of gritty and not appealing. The rich chocolate on the outside, and honestly, the pecan on top too. Just all these nice things to balance it out a little bit. And and I should mention this across the board. While everything is sweet because it's dessert, it's not over the top sweet either. And I'm guessing that's probably because you're using real ingredients. There's not like high fructose corn syrup. You know what I mean? It's
No,
like
none
just
of that.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, so you don't get that, like, I always use the term cloying, but like, you almost feel like it's eating your teeth. And in this case, it's like, oh, that's sweet and pleasing. And yeah, and the bourbon comes through just enough. It's like that perfect balance of bourbon. So hopefully I'm right in that one, but
Yeah.
I would legitimately buy those again.
We built the business out of our home based upon chocolate chip cookies, bourbon balls, Buckeyes, and cheesecakes.
It's amazing.
That's how we managed to make enough money to build that. Well, to renovate, obviously. I didn't build the store, but to be able to be in that facility all came off of those things in our home. So we started with that, perfected it, and as I said, the plan is to never. I shouldn't say the plan. We will never.
Yeah.
I mean, unless one of the companies we use goes out of business for some strange reason, we will never change the ingredients we use because that's what makes it.
That's so good.
Thank you.
I would normally not eat a bourbon. I mean, I'd eat it in this setting, of course, right?
Sure, to try it.
But like generally, it's not a treat I'd go back for. I for real feel like you changed my mind a little bit on that.
Well, thank you, Mark.
Yeah, you're very
Well,
welcome.
and that's what we talked about before we did this. And you said to me, Josh, I'm not going to lie to you. If it's, I'll just say it may not be for me, but it could be for other people.
And that was, by the way, that's the best part of working here is that was a jungle mandate early on. He's like, you don't have to like everything. I was like, well, I wasn't planning on it, but I'm also really glad to know that I've got your backing. He's like, be honest, just don't be mean.
Right.
I'm like, well, I'm too soft to be mean. But no, again, thanks for ruining both my diet and my wallet. I entered the wrong timeline, but in the best way. Oh my gosh. All right, well, let me ask you guys this. This is what we should close on. What are your personal favorite items in like if there's one thing that you make that you would, this is the one I'm going to always eat.
Ooh,
I didn't have to think. Cheesecake.
Yeah. Do you have a specific one or just any
That's
of
what
them?
I was saying.
Goat cheese and honey.
Oh, goat cheese. That sounds so good. Yeah. Well, I'm probably going to, we'll talk.
It's
as soon as this is over.
amazing.
It
I mean, I
sounds
know
good.
I bake it, but
No, but like, I mean, just judging from how this tastes, I can kind of like have that mental palate going on. I'm like, yeah, I'd like to try your version of that.
yeah.
See, it's tough for me, right? Because I don't have just one specific thing. But
Mm-hmm.
out of the cookies, her chocolate chip cookie is by far bar none my favorite. We actually turn those into cookie sandwiches with the buttercream that we make.
They're so good.
They're so good.
gosh,
Yeah. And then for the cupcakes, for me, it's her white velvet with a blackberry puree that we fill in the middle.
The white velvet with strawberry puree and our American buttercream is very reminiscent of a strawberry shortcake, and it is delicious.
Oh, that
and I'm not a big cake person.
Yeah.
But I will eat the heck out of some of that.
That's really cool. I've been on a blackberry kick lately too.
Yeah,
So
well,
like
the
hearing that,
blackberry
I'm like,
cheesecake is my favorite
Yeah.
too, out of all of them.
Okay.
Now she will sometimes do, and we have it in the name. She will do a Ghirardelli white chocolate and blackberry or raspberry cheesecake, and it's got Ghirardelli white chocolate.
I
in
haven't
it
done
as
that in a
well.
while. I should do that tomorrow.
Ooh. Do you guys take requests? Is that a weird question?
No,
No,
we do. We take
absolutely. I
orders.
always
Yeah. You can call the store. Usually, what was the day that I guess if they're a week in advance, you can call the store and order cheesecakes. We have a cheesecake form now.
Yes. So I don't need necessarily a week, but I need probably Wednesday or Thursday if you want something for the weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, because I make cheesecakes all the time.
That's amazing. Okay, cool. Well, then I'll be bugging you soon, and hopefully everyone else will too. This is amazing. And I mean, come into Jungle Gyms, try what we're carrying, and then, yeah, you're definitely going to want to visit this and check this out. This is awesome.
Yeah,
absolutely.
we're going through about 120 pounds of cream cheese a week plus.
We're going through a lot.
Yeah, plus.
That's just me and my bagel diet. So. Well, hey, first off, congratulations. Welcome to the jungle.
We're happy to be here.
Yeah,
Thank you.
seriously. Thank you so much for coming out. And yeah, I look forward to your continued success. Let's make something together in the show in the future.
Let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds good. Thanks for your time, guys.
Our pleasure.
Thank you.
Hey, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. If you're listening along on the audio side, appreciate it. If you could help me out, I'd love a review on Apple Podcasts. If you are watching on the YouTube side, thank you again. Hit that subscribe button, hit the little bell button. That'll let you know whenever we put out new videos, new episodes of the podcast, or just new content in general on the channel. I would appreciate the help there. In the meantime, I'll see you out there in the aisles. The Jungle Gyms podcast is recorded in the WJJI studio inside Jungle Gyms International Market in Fairfield, Ohio. The Jungle Gyms podcast is produced and hosted by Mark Borison.